Do you know what a clipe is? I'm just presuming you do, but if you don't, a clipe is a little supergrass, but so high it scuttles about the floor, finding things out. Now, when I was at primary school, there was two of them. They were joined at the hip, horrible wee things. You couldn't do anything, think anything, say anything without getting back to the high Hegian, and when it did, you were in deep shit. Now, it was a wee bit like being, what I can imagine, being hung on and quartered. First of all, you're publicly humiliated in front of the whole class, then dragged screaming by some overweight nun into the boys' toilets, where your arse was thrashed until it was red raw. Nowadays I'd give good money for that, but at the age of 7, no. Let me introduce you to the two Marys. The two Marys held court, held us in rows, rapt attention. The very mention of their names would chill our little hearts, instill a fear that froze in icy veins. The void resort remains alert and grinds against the knots. When tide would tether taut a mighty wave of butterflies and crawling ants, to be released only when tension overrides the strain. Anticipation, unsurpassed, suspending time from top to tick. The waiting game they played had stayed the fate beyond the sickening glare of beady gaze, vindictive behind the bottle glass, held tight in place by plastic pink and tortoise shell. Unfettered apprehension takes the reins and snaps. The vacuum fills. The rush. The pain. The sound of rain. Upon the floor. Poor wee Jimmy couldn't contain himself. He watched the tide, the ebb and flow. Around his feet a rock pool grew, and from his lips a silent moan. His face, the flotsam, trapped inside, reflected back his eyes, his own. To hide within, to dive into, to meet his fate head on. He knew. Flushed red. The freckles round his nose, a lighthouse, false security, would lure and drag him in his dread onto jagged rocks and crush, as sure as darkness spread around his shorts. A hush. His Lazarus, a steam arose. The implication of his guilt, his double nemesis accused, pointedly from serpent's lips. It was him, sister. He called me. A cliping wee shite they spat. Two Marys, as one voice. The thunder in his ears, the noise inside his head, the tears held back revealed a kind of peace. At last, exhaled as sobs released. Two bubbles popped from nostrils flared. He didn't seem to care if river stream flowed past his lips and down his chin, his chest, and came to rest, to stop, and formed a verdant checkerboard as hoops were crossed on his Celtic top. The class absorbed in silence thick, observed a trick of light, and now his snotters licked and wiped. Appeared about his mouth a smirk. "You wretched boy!" the penguin shrieked. We gasped. Young Jim dragged Dorward by the ear, resigned himself to face the claws and taste the fiery sting as taws met thighs and arse. And with that sound, our fear had fallen, and now united in relief, behind our hands